Hey everybody, welcome in. If your hair has been feeling dry, itchy, heavy, stuck, or like it's just not responding no matter what you use, I'm talking to you today. I'm talking to the woman who has tried oils, creams, edge control, mousse, braids, wigs, sew-ins, and protective styles, but her hair still feels like it's not where it should be. I want you to hear me clearly. It's not always your hair. A lot of times, it's your routine that can be totally off, and that's all we're talking about today. And sometimes your scalp is blocked. If your scalp is blocked and your hair is covered in buildup, nothing that you put on it is going to work the way it's supposed to. So today, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to show you what buildup does and how your hair can feel stuck, how to detox your scalp properly, and how to start your reset the right way, because healthy hair actually starts in the shower. The real problem is, let's break this down real simple. Every day you shed hair, because we're mammals and we shed hair. You can shed up to 50 to 60 to 80 to 100 strands a day. But when you shed, your hair just doesn't disappear, right? When your hair is real curly, like it almost, when instead of the hair just releasing and falling out, like you can't just shake your hair and the hair falls out. Sometimes it stays stuck in the hair. So when you're not properly shampooing your hair and scalp, that trapped hair or that shedded hair can stay trapped in your hair. Let's add on top of that. Let's add on top of that oil, grease, mousse, edge control, sweat, old products, braids, weeds, wigs, and weeks without shampooing. You're not starting with a fresh slate. You're layering new product on top of old product. And this is where a lot of women get frustrated because they think their hair is dry. So when you think your hair is dry, what do? You add more product, right? You add more oil, more cream, because my hair's dry, right? So it needs oil. I add more leave-in. Like I need something on my hair because my hair is dry. You need more something. But you cannot moisturize your hair over top of buildup. I want you to hear me. You cannot moisturize over product buildup. So while you're trying to add moisture, we got to get a lot of the product off. So this is the main reason why your hair may feel stuck. A lot of people will say, like, my hair won't grow, but that's not like the full truth. Your hair could very well be growing, but the problem is it's growing in an environment that is not being maintained well. Thick, natural hair can make it harder to reach the scalp. So the thicker your hair is, the harder the scalp struggles. So braids, wigs, weaves, it blocks access. And when you're not shampooing consistently, everything kind of just sits there. Let's think about the scalp. All right. Let's talk about the scalp. Your scalp it's not self-cleaning. It doesn't self-clean itself. It needs your help. So if your scalp is clogged and your hair is coated and your hair routine is off and inconsistent, then your hair is not going to respond the way you want it to. That does not mean your hair is hopeless. It means the foundation needs to be corrected. Now, this is where a lot of people get confused. They think they need a stronger product. They need a medicated shampoo, a $40, $60, a $80 bottle of shampoo, and when your scalp is going crazy. And sometimes, yes, you may need a professional doctor or some medical help because there are some real, I'm not trying, if you got a real scalp issue, like that's not what I'm discussing because uh, I'm not a doctor. I'm a licensed stylist. I don't even touch or try to diagnose medical issues. But let me ask you something simple. Let me ask you something real simple. How often are you shampooing your hair? Why are you trying to go to the doctor to find out why your scalp is having, issues? How often are you shampooing? Because a lot of people are washing their hair every 2, 3. I know some people who shampoo their hair monthly, but the product they bought and use every, but the product, when you buy the shampoo from the doctor, if you read the back of it, it's going to say shampoo your hair every 2 to 3 days, right? So if you're washing your hair every month and then you go to the doctor and they give you an $80 bottle of shampoo and say wash your hair every 2 days, well, you could have did that with just some regular shampoo, right? Why do you need a medicated that it doesn't even make sense? Why do you need a medicated shampoo if you're washing your hair once a month? That's the real problem. It's not the product. You can't find a good product. It's the lack of consistency. You cannot out product inconsistency. Should I say that again? You cannot out product inconsistency. Products support the routine. They do not replace the routine. So you can't find a good product to give you, the results that you want. It's the routine. And nobody's talking about the routine. Nobody. Nobody's talking about the routine. Everybody wants to sell you a product, but nobody's talking about the routine and how you need to detox. Now let's talk about detox. When you're doing a detox, it's not your everyday routine. This is not something that you do all the time with every shampoo. You shouldn't need to. Detox is like a reset. It's like it helps to clear away the buildup because if you don't go in and do a deep clean, really you just like shampooing and we're not getting anywhere. It helps to loosen up the buildup that's at the scalp and it gives your scalp and hair a cleaner foundation. This is especially important when you coming out of protective styles, braids, wigs, weaves, sew-ins, heavy product use, or a season when you just, because you can't wash your hair under protective styles. That's like taking a shower with your clothes on. You can't. You can try. You can, give yourself some relief. The detox isn't just the whole plan. It's like the reset. Your routine is what keeps the progress going. This is what I want you to understand. Detox is not your routine. Detox is your reset. The real routine is consistent shampooing. Like shampooing one time is not going to get it. Deep conditioning one time, which I'm going to talk about that in a whole nother video because I got tons. I got to get you on shampooing on a consistent basis. For most people, this means weekly. If it takes you 2 or 3 hours to wash your hair, that means that it's a sign that you waited too long and that there's too much buildup and detangling. So if you got to detangle and like if you have to plan 4 hours for wash day, that means you're waiting too long in between wash day. I know people like, well, if I wash every week, that's 4 hours every week. That's not true. That's not true. Because the more you shampoo, the easier it will be powered. The longer you wait, wash day becomes easier, much easier, like life changing easier. This is why I teach the gray hair restart, because this is what changes life. Why would my hair change my life? Because imagine if hair was not your issue. How would you deal with working out? How would you deal with traveling? How would you deal with just managing or showing up in the room every day? If hair wasn't your issue, how would it change your life? Because what I'm not trying to do is, I'm not trying to sell you on just more random products. We need a whole plan, a plan. And they need to know what to do in between salon appointments, because the clients that are happier with their hair, they know what to do in between salon appointments. This is what I teach my clients, because it's I can make your hair look super nice. It's what you do when you get home or when you can't come to the salon on a regular basis. That's the problem. That's the problem. And that's why I'm here, because I'm here to help you in between. I want you to stay in the salon because that's how I make my living. You don't gotta come to me, you go to your stylist. But what are you gonna do in between salon appointments? You need, and the only way you can do this is if you understand your own hair, the hair that you go home with every day. You need to understand it, right? Why you don't understand your own hair? Why? Why? If you understood your own hair, life would be a whole lot easier. And if you understood your own hair, you wouldn't start over every time. Is anybody here started over on their hair and it's like, why is my hair keep going through? Maybe it's just your lack of understanding. It's not the stylist, it's not the products. It's you understanding a consistent routine so that you can get on a fresh start. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. All right. So, if you know this, if you know that this is for you, if your scalp feels blocked, if your hair feels dry, heavy, itchy, or like nothing's working, I put together a detox bundle for the hair reset. So what I need you to do is you can check out the bundle. You can go over to the website. I need everybody's email address because we're trying to turn everybody's life around. Sign up, get on the website, but we have a scalp reset button that has everything in it that you need that I'm going to walk through with you today on how to do a great hair restart. Did I say it right? All right. In it is the Remedy Detox, the Remedy Shampoo, the Remedy Conditioner, replenish shampoo, the replenish conditioner, a free shampoo brush to scrub. If you have a daughter, you have somebody, if your hair is good, I know somebody at your job is struggling. And inside the reset bundle is $10 off your next service if you're in the area. I don't know, is it $10 off if you buy something else too? There's a coupon inside as well. All right. If your scalp is blocked, nothing else you do is going to work the way it should. This is where this is where it began. I want to talk about what's in the bundle and how to do the gray hair restart. So I got a lot of stuff, y'all. When you do the restart, section the hair in small sections. A lot of people, when they wash their hair, they just put the hair on top. It never really gets clean. This is really good for people who have little children who, especially if they got a lot of hair and it's hard to clean their hair. Section hair in 4 sections. Now I have like a little bottle that comes with in the scalp reset. See that little bottle? So you put the shampoo. I should put a video. I'm going to post a video after this is over and how you put the shampoo inside that little bottle. And then when you section the hair, dry hair, because you put the Remedy Detox in that little bottle. And then you make sure you work through the scalp dry. Do not wet the hair, because as soon as you wet the hair, it's a wrap. Like, it's not going to get clean. I don't know, something about the scalp, like the flaky and the buildup. As soon as you add water, it go and it sucks. It like, don't wet it. Part the hair. I have a video that I'll post I'll send the video in the email too. If you're on the email list, I'm gonna send you a post on how to do it exactly. Put it on the scalp and just work. You have to work. It's like build up. I want you to think of it like you have to work the shampoo, and the detox is the best for that. All right. So then in the spray bottle, you're gonna put 1 part ACV, apple cider vinegar, 2 part water. No, 1 part ACV, 3 part water. And then you're gonna, at the roots, you're gonna spray the apple cider vinegar on the hair. Remember, this is just what we're doing to get in front of it. Spray the apple cider vinegar, and now the shampoo's at the scalp. Remember, I should have posted the video here because I could have described it. Do you have the video on there, Lene, that we can show them? You take the shampoo and you work in the shampoo, spray a little bit of water, a little bit. You might need gloves because the apple cider vinegar burns my hands because I got eczema. And then you work you work it at the scalp, like you work it, because that buildup is impossible to get off. Let me tell you a story. I had a customer this week. She had the most beautiful head of hair, beautiful, 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 like crazy beautiful. But she got her ponytail in her hair. And I was thinking to myself, like, what is this? The way they slicking down this hair with this ponytail and putting this braids up, this stuff that they're using, it is hard to remove. Hard to remove. That's why I was like, oh, we talking about scalp reset. Because everybody's wearing protective styles, but the stuff that they've got to use to lay the hair down, that's looking beautiful, but that stuff coming off is crazy. Like, it's crazy to get off. So between the shampoo and then spraying the apple cider vinegar on the ends, and then work it and let it sit. Work, let it sit. Work, let it sit. Great for little kids that don't like. Because as soon as you put their hair under the water, it's a wrap. So you work it until you work it until you work it till you work it, and you'll see there's so much. If you have a lot of buildup on your hair, now mind you, want to detangle your hair first. That's a whole nother video. I'm going to talk about that. You want to pull it all the way through and work it, and then you shampoo the hair until it's clean. So you rinse it out. Then you have to follow up with the Replenish moisturizing shampoo. You have to follow up with the Replenish moisturizing shampoo, because if you don't, the hair it won't go back. Does that make sense? So you shampoo it maybe 2 or 3 times with the Replenish shampoo, and then you put the Replenish moisture conditioner on, and you only leave that on a couple minutes, because remember, we just got the buildup off. Leaving the conditioner on for a long period of time is just like we're not going back to that. So that reset, you might do that again. It's normal price. We added in a comb, a shampoo brush, a spray bottle, applicator bottle, and all you're really paying for is the shampoo and conditioner, but we giving you a whole reset. So if you're coming out of braids, weaves, wig, thank you, Nay. Okay, so can you rewind to the beginning when I was laying it on her scalp? When I applied the shampoo directly to her scalp. Before is at the beginning. Go back to the beginning. Because you'll see that when you put that much shampoo directly on the scalp, and then the ACV the apple cider vinegar on the ends, and you work it through, it still won't lather up. Like, it takes a couple times. So if you're just shampooing with regular shampoo, I guarantee you nothing's happening. I guarantee you nothing. How do I get this off? I guarantee you nothing's happening. So this is why I included the Remedy Detox shampoo. You have to follow up with a moisturizing shampoo, and you have to follow up with the moisturizing conditioner. And then that's going to make the complete bundle. I guess if you don't shampoo your hair that often, you definitely want to do that when you're taking out your protective style. We do the process in the salon. We do a detox process, because coming out of that it's brutal. It's brutal. And this is why a lot of people can't make the progress that they're making. So we talked about the scalp reset. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get our hair healthy because it takes 1 year to regrow a whole new head of hair. And in these videos, this is what I'm telling you need to do in the process, because a lot of people are doing protective styles because they want to take care of their hair underneath. But what are you doing? You're taking it down and putting it right back up. Nothing's changing. Like, you can't wear, if you can't wear your hair, if you can take your weave and braids down, but you still can't wear your own hair, then you need to watch all these videos. So we need you to be able to take down your own hair and then feel good about the hair underneath. That's the goal. That's the goal.